A local Raleigh woman had the surprise of a lifetime when she was diagnosed with probable ALS at just 33 years old. As a competitive athlete, her life was turned upside down. 9 years into her diagnosis, she is still here fighting to end ALS one marathon at a time. WRAL's Michelle McConaughey has her story.
She was diagnosed with probable ALS at 33 years old.
But I never thought that I would be diagnosed with a terminal illness in my 30s.
Andrea Pete is a triathlete, regularly participating in marathons and triathlons. But in 2014, she noticed something was off. She started tripping over her toes and her voice started to change. After her diagnosis in August of 2014, her and her husband David's lives would change forever. In 6 months, she went from completing a 70-mile triathlon to walking with a cane. Those diagnosed are typically given 3 to 5 years to live. And living in Washington, D.C. with high-profile jobs, David says they started to live double lives.
We had to completely re-examine the scope of what we thought the rest of our lives would be. And then at night, we were trying to figure out end-of-life plans.
In 2016, they moved back to Raleigh. Even with her diagnosis, Andrea did not want to stop doing what she loved, running. But that got harder as her ability to run and walk got more difficult. So she moved to the recumbent trike. David says it fit like a glove.
It was pure joy, like a perfectly fitting bike.
And the first race Andrea ever did on that trike wasn't her best timing, but she was amazed at the amount of people cheering her on.
That I realized that I can inspire people with my story.
And
I kept riding.
When she reached 5 years living, she set the craziest goal she could think of, a marathon in all 50 states.
It wasn't enough for me to not die. I wanted to live, and living means like setting goals and working towards them. Even if I didn't make it, it was more about trying.
She did more than make it. In May of 2022, Andrea became the first person with ALS to do a marathon in all 50 states. Her 50th marathon was in Prince of Wales Island, Alaska.
Talk to me about the support that you get from your husband.
I mean, he is the one who gets me up and going, and he's my rock.
Michelle McConaughey, WRAL News.
Boy, what a team they are, and she is remarkable. The Team Andrea Foundation was formalized in 2016 and has raised $1 million for ALS research. Isn't that amazing? Andrea Pete also wanted to share her story with the world, and she is doing just that. Her feature documentary premiered at the Santa Barbara Film Festival in February, and it'll premiere in Durham tomorrow night at the Carolina Theater at 7 p.m. You can go to the goonbebravefilm.com website for tickets.
Well, we hear so many inspiring stories doing what we do for a living, one seemingly more remarkable than the last.